Those damn North Koreans. While working with intelligence, it is often quite important to look at economic development and also at power development in a country. So today we will have a look at power generation in North Korea. But before we do that, I would like to thank all my subscribers for their support. The power situation in North Korea is partly based on thermal power plants where they burn coal. And here we have a picture of the Pulsewang thermal power plant. And yesterday the air quality index was 76, but in the winter it is very often over 200, 250, which is quite unhealthy. The actual power plant in Pulsewang is from 1960. It's an old Russian model and it is not very efficient. The first two dams we look at are war dams, dams that were specifically made so that one could release a big amount of water that will flood a big part of South Korea in case of war. And in September 2005, without any warning, North Korea released a massive amount of water from one of those dams. In this case, it was the Imnam Dam. And this is the other war dam. It's the Hwanggang Dam, and it holds 400 million tons of water. And in September 2009, again without any warning, North Korea released a massive amount of water, causing large floods in South Korea, and it killed 6 people. As a result of that, South Korea built peace dams. They basically made this dam and another to keep the water away. Now here we have a picture of South Hamgyong province, and all the blue spots are dams or wells or power stations. We're not going to look at all of them, don't worry, we'll only look at these yellow ones. This is a hydropower project that was started 30 years ago, but it's almost finished. And the first dam here is the Pulsewang Dam, and here's a better picture of it. And I know my subscribers will ask, this is not a boat, this is a floating fish farm. This dam doesn't have a power station by itself, but here is the dam, and here's an 11-kilometer tunnel through the mountain to a power station. The total production of this dam and the power station is 60,000 kilowatt, and this is power station number 1. And the water comes in from here and then produces electricity, and it goes in this artificial little lake, and then from there it goes to the next power station, which we can see here, and it goes to power plant number 2. This is power plant number 2. Where the water again comes through the mountain, and then from here's the power plant, and then there is this channel here, and at the end of the channel it goes again through a 7-kilometer tunnel to power plant number 5, and this is power plant number 5, and it comes through a big pipe in here. This is a small one, it only produced 2,500 kilowatt. This is an infrared picture from yesterday. It wasn't working yesterday. That doesn't say anything. It could just be not on when I took the picture. But if it was working, there would be a color change in the water here, which we didn't have yesterday, so maybe it was just not on. And then we have the Changpo Dam. There's a picture on here, and this is from 2019, where they just filled it up with stones, make a coffer dam, and this is part of the construction. And this is how it looks after the construction. You take the coffer dam away, and then you have your dam. Again, this one does not have a power station, but it has a 9-kilometer pipe going to number 4 power plant. And this is the number 4 power plant, where the water comes from here down with a big pipe into the power station, which you can see here. And this is from the other side. As you can see, there is this weird road on the mountain, and this road was made so that the workers could make this tunnel, which is basically a tunnel, through the mountains, and then from there is a big pipe going down to the power station. And this is an older picture from 2019, where you can see they were still working on it. This is power plant number 3. I'll have the location of the dam, but the dam is not finished yet. And this is a potential location for the power plant. I left the location so that people can look at themselves. It's not finished, so can't say much about it. This is the whole project. So this is the dam we just saw in the power station. It's the Changpo Dam, the Pulsewang Dam, Now, the reason why they made this is because they actually produce plenty of electricity in North Korea, but the grid is very unstable and the transformer houses are really old and often they don't work. To make sure that the heavy industry in this province actually has a reliable electricity, they decided to make this. And it's like I said, it started 30 years ago. Well, we'll have a little bit of a look at the energy consumption in North Korea. It's roughly 13 billion kilowatt hour, and that would give about 541 kilowatt hour per person. In South Korea, that's 40 times as much. The total production of electricity is 17 billion kilowatt hours, but North Korea actually sells electricity to their neighbors. And depending on which numbers you look at, they have between 10, 20 to 40% waste or loss. As a result of that, many people have solar power, restaurants have gas generators, the military have either gas generators or diesel generators, and you still have frequent blackouts. And the blackouts is usually because the grid just can't handle it. And here we have a famous picture. This is China at night, and this is South Korea at night. And this is North Korea at night, where this little dot is Pyongyang. Now, I wanted to show a military installation with their own power generation. And so I started looking around and I found tanks. And here at the picture you can see a number of tanks. And my curiosity, of course, forced me to go back in time and have a look. But how did it look before? And here we have a picture of the same tanks from 2017. They haven't moved since 2017. I should make a video about the army, but this picture is clear. You can see it's tanks, and like I said, they haven't moved for 4 years. I don't think that's a good thing for tanks. Unfortunately enough, at this base, I didn't see any signs of power generation. I know they have it, but I couldn't prove it. This is from a previous video I made about the ostrich farms. And here you have solar power. And this is a new housing development. And here again, you have solar power outside. And this is enough to charge your battery so that you can have a lamp working, maybe your television, and charge your telephone. And this is water heaters so that you don't have to use electricity to heat the water, but the building itself will have warm water. And also these lower houses have water heaters on the roof. As always, just a small economic intelligence video, but thanks for watching.